Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 42 of Chance Ball, and this one is titled Time Skip. Who did this? You asked in a stern voice. Did you do this? He didn't reply. Dabi? You let go of his chin and quickly walked to the first aid kit that was in the third drawer and pulled it out, grabbing a few items to clean his wound. As you were making your way back to him, that's when you saw the hole in the wall and stopped. Did Dabi do this? What is he thinking? What is going on? Tearing your eyes away from the jagged hole, you went back to him and started cleaning up his face, the sting of the antiseptic wipe making him hiss a little. Sorry, please, I need to clean it. Do it, he said in a low voice. Cause me pain. It's what I deserve. Don't say that, you said softly. No, he said, his intense eyes finally finding yours. After everything I promised you, I promised myself that I wouldn't be like him. His face darkened, and your anxiety peaked for a second, having a flashback about him grabbing you around the throat and fearing he'd do it again. Shh, you hushed softly as you stepped back a bit. You're already not like him. You're aware of what you did, and you're already sorry. Dabi stood up and engulfed you in a hug, gently but strongly, as he poured his heart out to you, mumbling and ranting a lot of things that at points didn't make sense. Dabi, you whispered, clutching your hands around and under his arms and hooking them over his shoulders as tears slipped down your cheeks. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm just happy that you're aware of what you did. I will tell you, though, I'm not going to stand for violence. It'll never happen again, he promised. Never. You nodded and kept clutching at him. I don't like my past, though, he did say in a low voice. Please, only call me Dabi. I literally got your name tattooed on my skin not even 4 hours ago. I'm not about to start calling you by a different name. You stepped back and raised your shirt up so he could see the tattoo that was still covered in the clear film. Pull your shirt up. I want to see those pierced titties, he said, stepping back more to get you in full view. No, wait. I need to fix your cut first, you chided, dropping your shirt back down so that you could get back to playing nurse. Dabi let you fix his cut, stealing and planting kisses on your face in between the times that you were getting gauze or steri strips. Okay, now don't go headbutting walls, you chided as you stood back and looked at him, hands on hips for good measure. Dabi looked over at the damaged wall and then back to you. That was from my fist, actually, he said. Fist? You asked, looking down at his hand and seeing it scraped and cut. Oh my god, I thought it was only your head that you'd hit. Dabi shrugged. That's fine though. Don't worry about it. No, I need to fix it. Yin. No, sit down. I need to put bandages on it. Reluctantly, Dabi sat back down again and let you fix him up. So, swapsies, Dabi leered, the tension from before melting away like butter on hot toast. Show me your titties. I'll drop my pants. Done deal, you replied. How are you feeling? Mine are really tight. Yeah, mine feels like my dick is 30 inches wide instead of the usual 20. You snorted. Your ego hasn't been affected, I see. Come on, let's go and chill in the lounge room. Dabi got up and you packed the first aid kit away before following him into the lounge room. You first, you said to him. Without a second thought, he dropped his pants and boxers, lifting up his fallen soldier to show off the 3 piercings underneath. That looks so cool. And sore, you grimaced. It's uncomfortable, he replied. Did you want ice? Yeah, might, actually, he replied as he gingerly sat down with his pants down. Okay, let me show you mine and then I'll get ice, you said, pulling your shirt up and off to show your new decorative pieces. So hot, Dabi groaned, his turquoise eyes taking in all of you. Come over here so I can see it better. You walked over and stood before him, letting him kiss gently under your tattoo. Don't even think about going near my tits, though. I will punch you in the dick. I'm not even bluffing, you said in a dead serious voice. Wow, aggressive. Hot. Dabi leered teasingly. I'd be more turned on if my dick wasn't aching. And it's not aching in a good way either. Hold on, I'll get ice, you said, walking off to get a bag of peas from the fridge and then bringing them back to him. You waited for him to put the frozen bag on his poor sad worm and then continued your conversation. Oh, I can't wait to ride you, you groaned needily. It's going to feel so good. Okay, stop. I'm getting hard, Dabi said. I'm not supposed to get hard on purpose. Oh, my nips are permanently hard at the moment, he said, pointing to them. Oh, I can't wait to get my mouth on them, he groaned. Okay, we need to stop, you chuckled. I'll put a shirt on for now. No, Dabi wailed as he watched you go. Yes. No, come back, sexy lady. Double no to that one, you called from the laundry where you were looking for a fresh, oversized shirt of his. Not a lot of exciting things happened over the next 4 weeks. Okay, so maybe a few exciting things happened. You got your piercing bars resized once the swelling had gone down. Everything was healing nicely for the two of you, and you were happy to have the bars at the right length. Dabi got a car. Just a second-hand one from his old school coach, but a car nonetheless, and he drove you both to college on the first day so you could enjoy a drive together. The first day of college went about as well as any first day of anywhere, but it wasn't too bad. I swear we've been past this classroom before, you commented to Dabi, who was walking beside you as you walked through one of the college buildings. Where's the map? He asked. Don't you have it? You asked him. I thought you put it in your bag last night, he replied. There was a long pause and you both looked at each other. It's on the kitchen bench, isn't it? You both asked each other at the same time, and then both chuckled at each other and the fact that you had synced up and had the same comment at the same time. Are we even qualified enough to be in college? You asked. If we're forgetting the map of the school grounds, then I don't know if we've got the brain capacity to take on more. Well, speak for yourself, because this is my classroom right here, Dabi said, stopping in front of a classroom door. You looked at him, and then at the door, and then back to him. Is it really? You quizzed dubiously. Maybe, he replied, grabbing the handle and sliding the door open. Is this general studies? He bellowed into the room, causing everyone to stop what they were doing and look in his direction. Yep, someone shouted. This is my room, he said, looking back to you with a snide grin. Okay, fine, abandon me, you replied, poking your nose in the air. I'll find my own room. Who needs you? Love you, he called as you stormed off down the hall. I know, you shouted back over your shoulder. Dabi cracked a smirk and stepped into his room while you sauntered off, making your way back to the school map that you'd seen up on the board at the front of the college. Is this fundamentals of teaching? You asked, 10 minutes later, to the person who had just answered the classroom door as you opened it. Yes, it is, the person replied. I'm your teacher for the subject. Please come in and take a seat. I'm sorry I'm late, you apologised. It's fine. Sit down, please. You did so and quickly pulled your books out, ready to learn. The first few classes of the day were okay. You were making mental notes of where all the classrooms were and which teachers taught which subjects. Then lunchtime came and you pulled your phone out to text Dabi. I haven't seen him since this morning and it feels so weird, considering we've been spending every waking moment together as of late. Before you could type a message, though, a hand slipped around your waist from behind and a pair of pierced, chapped lips pressed firmly to the back of your neck. Oh, crap! You gasped with surprise. Don't scare me like that, Dabi. You whipped around to face him, balling your fists up and banging them on his chest. Missed you, he said with a smirk, his turquoise eyes glinting down at you. Well, I missed you too, but you don't have to kiss me on the back of my neck in public, he replied, glancing around to make sure that no one had seen what you two were doing. The halls were full of people, but everyone was so busy doing their own thing that no one took any notice of what you two were doing. You want to get lunch? You asked him, changing subjects. Yeah, let's see what trash they have here, he replied, falling in step with you to go to the on-site cafe. The selection wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing either, and you both bought something to eat and then sat down on the garden ledge outside the cafeteria to eat and chat about how the morning's classes had been. How was your class? You asked him through a mouthful. Meh. Yeah, same, he replied, finishing your mouthful and then looking around. This food is so dry. You want a drink? Yeah, Dabi said, finishing off his mouthful too. What were you thinking? I don't know, I'll go and check at the vending machine, you said. I saw one earlier, I've remembered where it is. Okay, give me something that tastes as good as you, Dabi replied calmly, taking another bite of his food. Not expecting him to make a comment so casually like that, you sucked air in through your nose and mouth so fast it made you choke, and you stood there hacking on air for a bit. Air dick strikes again, Dabi mused, watching you die slowly. You can't say crap like that out loud, you gasped. You're going to kill me one of these days. No, I won't kill you, but deep-throating air dick might, he leered. I'm out, you coughed, turning and speed walking off in the direction of the vending machine. Oh, who do we have here? A teasing voice asked, pretty much the minute that you had left Dabi's side. Dabi looked up as the mellow voice addressed him, and his face deadpanned, more so than usual. It's the former captain of the Nekoma team. Yep, Dabi replied calmly, detailing the face of the man before him, who he recognised as the former captain of Alba Josai, Oikawa Toru, former captain of the Nekoma and soon-to-be captain of the Kapuru mixed team. Oikawa snorted with amusement and placed a sassy hand on his hip. Overconfident as always, in denial as always, Dabi replied back, enjoying the banter. Oikawa pushed his mouth into a somewhat annoyed-looking pout and lifted his head up. Our team was always better than yours. Don't even try and deny it, he said sassily. Oh, of course, sweetheart. Whatever you say, Dabi replied condescendingly. Now run along, play with your nephew. Oikawa was about to try and make a smart comment, but the voice of his nephew called his attention, and he looked back over his shoulder to the pint-sized human. Oi, uncle, come and practice with me, his nephew shouted. Oh, your nephew wants you to get up on his level. How cute, Dabi crooned, his comment being returned with a sour look from Oikawa as the childish teen turned and sashayed away. It's going to be interesting, versing him again, Dabi mused to himself as he relaxed back and waited for you to come back. Here, he said, a few moments later, with a strawberry fizzy drink in hand to give to Dabi. Yes, this is perfect. Dabi reached for the can and took it from you, cracking the ring and immediately pushing the can away from his body as the contents bubbled out. Oh, look, you lid. The can just came. I'll make you come, Dabi growled, managing to avoid getting any of the contents on his clothes. How many more weeks before I can do you? You were grateful you hadn't taken a sip of your drink yet and cleared your throat before replying. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I think it's still a few months away. You'll just have to settle for watching me be with me. Socks. Got 3 bars that are just waiting to make you sing. I can't do a damn thing with them, he said in a grumpy tone. Yeah, but just imagine how amazing it's going to be when I do get to be on them, you replied. Speaking of riding dick, I just had a talk with Oikawa Toru from Albertosai, Dabi commented. That guy has an 11-inch ego. Mate, that's saying something coming from Dabi. Anyway, stay tuned for the next chapter, chapter 43, coming tomorrow. See you then.